Hello guys, welcome back to a brand new What If. It's a What If maker Emmergatin here. I hope you guys enjoyed my brand new What Ifs kinda. And so yeah, let's just go dive right into this What If. And as I see, it's What If asta had greninjas power. In problem warning, why are you bringing Pokemon into Black Clover? That doesn't make sense at all. Well, I just want to let you guys know that since Greninja and Asta is one of my favorite anime characters kinda. Yeah, they are kind of deserving of this what if, and have wanted to make this for a long while now. As it won't be magic at all since it's Greninja, he will be a Pokemon kinda. Ost will have like a Greninja transformation, so he'll be able to transform into Greninja. And he will achieve Ash Greninja form later on. Because of reasons. Well, reasons and reasons, he will just achieve it later on. During like maybe some fight in the like there. So yeah, and is not enough explaining. We'll begin the what if now. As we began in the Pokemon universe, where Ash Greninja, well, let's say that Ash Greninja, after cleaning up everything in the Pokemon anime, cleaning up all those red Zygarde roots or Team Flare roots, he is kinda almost dead now, but due to his age, Zygarde is with him, as he is like talking to Greninja. Greninja says, "Ninja, Grenin," and he just talks to like Zygarde a lot. Then Arceus would appear, and yes, I'm making Arceus appear because he wants to thank Greninja for saving a region. As a thanks, he can get reincarnated or something again. Greninja would think like, Then says ninja. And then the Arceus said, "Ah, I see. I understand now." I do. Then he just walks away. Well, then he does something with his Arceus magic. Well, he's got kind of magic and gets Greninja reincarnate, cast a reincarnation spell or something like that on Greninja now. As then Greninja kind of fades away after a while. As then Arceus like, yeah, I hope you could fit right into this new world you wanted to go to. As now, and yes, it will be a new world he will go to. It will be the Black Clover universe, of course. As Greninja kind of travels there with his soul, well, his powers, as he decides to kind of think like, I need to ninja, or translated as I said, gray ninja. As it then translated to English, he says, I gotta find a suitable and worthy host of my powers, he thinks. Then he sees two babies crying at the church. And then he kind of like using his soul to travel there and sees them. Then Arceus tells him about exactly everything about this magic, word about that they have magic and all that. And Greninja thinks like, Then he senses something from the kid. Greninja will be able to sense mana in this and all that, so he could sense that one of the kids doesn't have any magic. Then he sees the spirit of it. He's like surprised that it reminds him so much of Ash, and kinda like the never give up and all like the winner that he had a goal. Alright, as then he decides to go into Asta now, as the kind of a water would surround Asta now. As no, it was right before the father opens the door that day. As now Greninja would be like a bit into Asta now, as he thinks like Arceus tells him that this will work. I made it so this will work for you. Greninja would like say Grenin as a thanks to him. Asta would kind of have a dream now about like weird frog that's kind of ninja. And yes, he will dream about Greninja, as it kind of is in his head, sitting in a white cloud. Or Asta would dream this while he is a baby, so he won't remember it at all. Grenina would see a baby there. He'd think like, oh, this must be its soul, or Grenina language, ninja. As then like kinda, as then he sees that the baby starts to cry. He just kinda picks it up and tries to calm it down. As father does this, wouldn't do it in the canon at all. But Grenina will be the one to calm him down in canon. As then Grenina starts to like, then after they could ask this calm down. Wow, I said Deku now in a Asta what if it's something starts to change. Grenina was to kinda say like to say like, oh, you finally calmed down. Eh, little Asta. Grenina would say, Asta now. I look forward to work with you. He would just kinda say. Father would say like then when Grenina had calmed him down, Father would say, wow, it seems like they finally stopped crying, huh? Then he walks out and said, oh well, welcome to his church, guess it's their new home now, huh? Harsh village, well, since they've been through all that. Then he just looks at Yuno and sees the pendant, said, oh, your name is Yuno. Then he sees the pendant. I'm like, he wouldn't say anything right there. He would notice him like, oh, thinks like, oh, his parents left him something. Then he looks at Asta and he thinks sense something different from it. He can't put his finger on it, but something's different. Then he looks around then Asta moves around, like very spirited. He said, oh, very spirited. Then he sees the name, Asta, huh? When he says that, Asta's foot would extend. And just kick the father back a bit. As the father would be taken by surprise by this, I'm like, what? Like, I just think like, what is this about, huh? Then he just looks at Asta again after that said, since when are kids so goddamn strong? He would just think exactly like that. Sorry for being quiet again, I'm so sorry about it. But then the years would went by. Asta and Yuno would it would go the same as in canon until the drunk guy attack. As then Garnina would Asta would have been started training in the woods a lot already, since he was told that he had no magic, or he couldn't sense anything from him, or he couldn't use any magic. Then he decides to train, and Garnina sees like he's exactly just like him, training all the time. Then he decides to talk to Asta in a landscape. Asta sits down a little bit, thinks that he falls asleep. But in reality, he doesn't. Then he finds himself in a weird landscape. Then he sees that frog. He's like, huh? Looks at it kinda weird. Then the frog just look back at him. Then we say, ninja. As Asta will be like, what? Then he say like, wait, I can't understand you. He would say. I guess he was like, wait, why can I understand you? As then the greninjas will kind of talk to him, and now instead of doing that ninja voice all the time, I will say like he talks like and explain that I'm your power since you doesn't have any magic. Let me lend me your strength. Let me lend you my powers. As Asta would be like surprised, like yes, as he would be excited about this. Grenina would see the spirit like, seems like he's really one. Hell, like a excited kid, huh? And Grenina would think like that. Then Greninja was kind of taught him a little bit about he could use some things, but he didn't unlock his power, his Greninja's power yet. I was like, oh, okay, so when I unlock it, I will be able to use it. Said yes. Greninja said like ninja, and nods his head. As is Asta would be really excited about this. Really, he'll be really excited about the new fun power he talks and to the Greninja. Then you ask for its name. He said just Greninja. He'll be like, yeah. And then he says like, wait. Then he asks, wait, can you only say ninja and Greninja, all that? Greninja would say like, we Pokemons can only pronounce our names like as our Pokemon our names. As the Pokemon species, or we can only say our names. Except for some rare like experiments that can say their names too. Others like talk your language. Izuku would be surprised like, huh? Or all? Okay. I'm like, so when I achieve your power, do I cannot? Will I only be able to say asta asta? Green said, I don't know yet. Hopefully that won't happen, but it might happen due to some events, maybe not. And Green said, now it's time for the drunk guy play thing. As it's time for Juno get sent to the other village to talk to the chief and send a letter from father about a letter about sharing supplies and food for the winter. As then he gets attacked by the drunk guy. Can attacks him. Then Asta would see like back, give the pendant back to Juno. Granina would see this too and be like, this man is just like dumb. He would just think. And her like I was like, that little. So it's like I gotta get them. And Granina's like, I can't let him get hurt. I gotta save them. He's just like Ash, right, pure hearted. Just like me too. Loves training. He's like the combination between us even before I got into his body and all that. Then he was start to fight, like Asta would start to fight him with obvious disadvantages. Then sorry about that. Yeah, as he was obviously fighting with the obvious disadvantages. Now, after a while, he would get knocked back by the drunk guy. Sorry about that, gotta think a little bit. Then, as they start to scream, like, the drunk guy attacks you now, and the drunk guy had fire magic. As Asta would be like, fire magic, huh? Well, the drunk would wouldn't use it yet. He gets just, Asta gets pushed back by the drunk guy over and over. And he won't get the pendant back now. Asta just said, no, gotta get it back. As he kind of starts to scream. Then he walks kinda away. No, then he starts to scream, as I said. He gets a massive power up. Then he feels the power greninjas and like sends him sinking, exactly like from when he got transported to Ash, but this time he felt like something else. He's becoming one with Asta now without getting his full transformation or something. Then Asta got the water surround Asta. Like, you know, if you've seen Pokemon XY, and XYZ, when Greninja gets like the first water transformation before like the middle stage before the Ash Greninja state complete. You know what I'm talking about here. You get kind of that surrounding him at first, then he would transform to a normal Greninja. looks at him. It's kind of like, Granny, as them say, give it back. Dranka would be surprised, like, what, is this some weird transformation magic or something? But aren't, then Ostbus kind of collect, then Grinning was like, help him, just create water shurikens, like how we teach him how to do it. Asta does it and just creates them. Then throws them at the drunk guy. Drunk guy barely wasn't able to dodge them. Well, Asta didn't aim to hurt him. He was actually aiming to more immobilize him so he can just take the pennant and run away. Which will kind of work. Actually. So yeah. As now he throws the shurikens like at him and aims for his hand. As the drunken now realizes this and just drops the pennant and runs away. Asta Blake, huh? How you feel that, huh? How you feel that? It's awesome, like how they like that with the greninjas saying that is it. That will be pretty weird doing that, but still, that will actually happen. Then he just he just grabbed the pendant now and runs away with Yuno too. As Jonas asks Asta, what's this? Asta like, I don't know. Maybe it's my magic, as he knew that he didn't have any magic. As he was kinda lie. It's like, I don't know, maybe it's something, my ability or something, since I don't have any magic. Just look at him like, maybe. It is, said Yuno. And then Asta transformed back now. Like, oh, why did you transform back? He's like, I don't know. He would just say like that. I said, maybe it's because I didn't need it anymore, maybe. Then Eunice was like, yeah, maybe I still now walking back. As when they were walking back, they also realized that he was taller now. As he was like, what? No, he wouldn't be taller yet, but he'll start to grow more, like, faster and all that. He'll be taller in this. Or maybe not he will be as tall as he is in canon later on, but he will start to grow like the bit at the earlier, like that length earlier, so yeah. As when they were walking back, Asta would hear a Greninja talking to him. Greninja was like, congratulate him on achieving that form. Asta was like, oh, so this is your power? Said, it's not my full power. It will take some time before you can get that one. And she'll be like, yeah. Then Asta will be like, okay. And she'll be like happy that he achieved some of the power, but not the full. As she realizes that might be because it will take a while before it will develop or something. As it's the truth, it will take some time before his true power awakens. Now they would go back to the church, they would explain everything that happened about the drunk guy, and they would say like anything about Asta's ability to like transformation and everything. Asta would ask to not tell anyone about it. Would say like okay. He kind of wondered why, but then he kind of understood that he didn't want it. So like leak out or something. Or maybe he didn't want to find out yet, because he might not be able to master it yet. Then they just leave it behind. It's like kind of like the next couple of weeks now. Asta is in the woods training and trying to achieve that form again. As then Greninja gives him some tips on it, as then powers up again. Well, he will be able to transform without you screaming or anything. As after a while, and then he started to train like shurikens, and then with like a water blitz and aerial ace, he will learn the more basic attacks of Greninja. And like, as Yunus one day spies on him, Asta would sense this Greninja telling that someone's watching. Stek will be like, no, Asta will be like, oh, yeah, I know Yunus is watching. And Greninja's like, yeah, I knew that was him too, but I just wanted to tell you that. Asta will be like, I know. I know you just wanted to tell me that. Then you instant he just grabs like uses his tongue, extending his tongue all that in its Greninja form, and grabs and just takes him there. Said, "Why do you spy on me? My training?" He's like, "I just want to see you in your form, training all that." He's like, "Yeah, just go and train it by yourself. You're my rival, right?" It's like, "Yeah." As they both would still declare that they want to become the Wizard King. As Greninja would later think like, "Yep, he definitely is definitely like him. He's definitely like Ash." So yeah, then how should I explain it? As they were continuing training now for years, Asta is now 10. And now would be able to learn what is now. Well, now after he was 10 and he mastered every move that Greninja taught him so far, Greninja would tell him that about his second, his last form, or something, a power of him that might awaken soon. He not know. Asta be like, wow, okay. Then the years went by. After the 10 years, well, he was 10 now. Well, yeah, Sister Little will still be in the speech and all that, but she will get in. Asta won't have a crush on her. As the people like at the church would wonder what Asta was doing in training all that. Then when he was 10, he'd like ask Gardenia about advices, but since they thinks that something is suspicious with me, and might not be able to hold a secret for any longer, he would ask Gardenia for advice about what he should do. Gardenia would tell him like, why don't you tell them that you have some water abilities? I'm like, yeah. Then I said, but what about my transformation? Can I really hide it from them? Like, Gardenia would like, think about it. It's like, ninja. As us like, yeah, I understand that. Dad decides to not tell them about it. Well, since Asta will had to transform to it to use his water abilities, or he will be able to create some water abilities without using that form, but I would prefer doing that. But because it's a much harder concentration using it without Greninja form, and then we expect her to then we then call for everyone there. Was there too, and said like, I know you've been suspicious about me, what I've been doing in my training, all that. Then I guess I can show you, but we have to go outside at first. They were like, okay. Then he concentrated himself as if like, what is he doing? Then we see a water appearing around him. They will look at Sister Lily, and she'll be like, no, it's not me at all. Then they will see like the water surrounding Asta. First they won't be able to see Asta. When the water clears, they would see a weird frog-looking person open his mouth and say, see, this is a part of something I can do. Then he said, not just that I can create stuff in water, it creates some, like a water shuriken, all that. As they would be impressed, he shows them some of the moves, just impress them. It's like, this is something I've been able to do. Since he will kind of say like, well, I wasn't sure when I should tell you about it, so I kinda hide it since the drunk fight with the drunk guy. Just to be understand, and then we'll look at you and said, so you knew about this? He said, yes, Asta said that I couldn't tell them you about it, really. They're like, okay. Then it's be happy that Asta got something had some amazing weird oddly power. A screen will think like that went better than I thought, said Asta to Granina. Granina was like, I knew it would go that way. Asta was like, you kinda know everything about situations, huh? He said, well, I am kinda ninja, so a ninja Pokemon, so yeah. Well, I am a type of a ninja frog, so he would like, yeah. I was like, oh yeah. Then he would ask Granina, they went back to training now. Then he asked like Granina to train him in his arts. In the ninja arts and all that, as Granina trains him and tells him what to do. As you would see how quickly Asta learns and adapts to this, even so, as he will be able to do it without like he's in his Granina transformation. As he will get fast and strong and build muscles in his normal form. As it will like pay off in his Greninja form as he gets faster in it too, and they will see some kind of pecs on his Greninja form transformation too. As Greninja seems like, wow, then tells us about the transformation that he didn't have pecs on it before, and that your training seems to have paid off, like affecting your transformation too. He said like, maybe some will unlock the later transformations. Then us be excited, just so excited about it. They were kinda training now as Austin had to master complete his ninja arms, really, and exceeded Greninja's expectation. As Skinner said that your arms are skilled as me. As it seems like you're like the most skilled, even more skilled than me soon, if you keep up this training. Austin like, wow, really? Then we kind of thanks like, thank you. It's just like, yeah, it's okay. I'm the one who should thank you, because if it wasn't for you, I once wouldn't be able to lend someone my power. I was like, wow. Still have the discussions every single day while they're training, and Juno wasn't watching him training anymore. The years went by. They were 15. As he would also knew that he didn't have any magic or anything, because the church people would sense it and think like, but what's this water transformation thing? They would think like maybe it's because he doesn't have any magic or something. As Asta was well aware that he might not get a grimoire, she just kind of stand like next to the father and the others, as they were watching Juno. And then when he got there, they would see some. Then Juno get like down when he got there waiting. They would see that Juno going there. Well, as a bright light appears in the sky, not in the sky, and the top from the Grimoire Tower. It's a bright green light. As it ascends down to Juno. As he touches it, the Grimoire now, and they all see that it's a four-leaf clover Grimoire. And it's pretty deep, not too deep green, but a green color. As they were, the nobles would be mad at him now for getting that clover Grimoire. Then Asta and Greenina would sense something. As Greenina was talking, Asta like, you sense this? He said yes. As they were walking out. As since he was standing up against the wall, no one thought that he was 15. And Juno knew that he would stand there. As then they would kind of stand a bit away from the wall, but with using his like a ninja skills, he would appear from front of the door and just walk out. As he would stand like next to the Grimoire Tower in the shadows, where he could sense this power again. As we switch back to where the devil is, and he sees this kid, I'm like, huh, it's weird. I can't sense any magic from this kid, but yet he has something else in him. Then he sensed his soul. And he said, wait, he has two souls in him. Maybe it's a reincarnation of some sort. Then he said, but this soul, it's not human, it's not a devil, it's not anything of the races here. He wonders, what exactly is this kid? Then he said, interesting though, still. decides like shows him later on. They will just think about what he should do now. As Greninja would sense the devil because of the devil has anti-magic and like that, and it will be kind of like a dark power. And since Greninja is a water dark type, he will be able to sense him, and they will be compatible later on. Okay, and I'll tell you that and why they will be. Now the rest, Juno would get attacked by the nobles. Asta and Greninja didn't do anything at all because they knew Juno could handle himself. Then chains would appear and bind the nobles, and Juno, as the chains wouldn't attack Asta or Greninja since they was in the shadows, and they didn't have any magic, so the chain mage wouldn't be able to sense them. As they're standing, watching him take the Juno's grimoire, then Asta decides to like go out and like give the grimoire back to Juno. Then the grimoire guy could say, "Huh? Who are you?" Asta now takes kind of. He won't have a hoodie on. He was still like, I'm Juno's rival. I'm Juno's rival." As the grimoire guy would say, "Huh? You, his rival? I can't even sense any magic from me, and I don't see your grimoire either." Then Asta like, "I don't need a grimoire to be his rival." As the grimoire guy, the grave she would just laugh and I was like, "What? You don't need a grimoire?" What a pathetic lie. Everyone needs a grimoire to grow stronger. I'm like, I don't need a grimoire to become the Wizard King. The grave she would just laugh now. Asta would be pissed and Greninja would be like, too, but really? He's gonna do you like that? Then Asta just kind of walks up to him like, really? You should really think about what you're saying to others people, you know. Then he just smacks like like Revchi on the back of his neck, so he falls down to the ground. Revchi now rolls away and uses his chains, trying to capture Asta. Asta just dodges everyone using his ninja skills and everything. Then says, "I had enough of this." As then the chains would appear everywhere. He knew he was able to dodge them, but then there was like, huh. Ah, well, it's the devil now had chosen, like, I've finally made my decision. I will let him land my power. Now the Greninja was like, Asta, that energy, it's moving towards us. So like, I know. Then it dodges all the chains, jumps on like the wall. The Grimoire would appear in front of Asta, a black and red one. Then the shadow will he will sense like the power, it's coming into Asta's like head a little bit, and the devil's consciousness would be there. And while the Grimoire was kind of get absorbed by Asta, not really well, he will still get that Grimoire there. But he won't, let me tell you this, he won't get those wings, actually, he won't do that. He will get like just anti-magic, anti-shurikens and all that, so they would be able to destroy magic. Then he afterwards feel his power, and then he was like, since they can't like talk, communication between all those three. Well, it will start between the AMD or the anti-magic devil and the Greninja as they were talking, making a bargain, kinda trying to bargain. Then Asta walks in and is like, "Who makes a bargain about my body?" Then he sees the devil and is like, "So you're the power I sensed from before, huh?" "Wait a minute," he said. "You remind me of someone," says Asta. They said, "Ah, I know. You're a devil." They said like, "Ah, I know. You remind me of someone I know." It's like, "Yeah, your attitude, it reminds me of the kids from the church." He would kind of laugh as the devil would be like throw it back a little bit about it. At first, like think like, wait, does he know about the devils? Like then I was like, stop laughing. Said, "Oh, I was kidding. I know that you're a devil, but I don't really mind since you chose me." Well, that's so. And why are you here in my head? He said, "Well, you see, I want to lend my power to you, though it seems that you have someone else lending you power." As Asta was look at Greninja. Greninja would nod. It's like, well, give me your power too then. I can handle it. Greninja would ensure the antimedic devil that he can. He'd be like, oh, well, here goes nothing then, as now he lends Asta his antimedic powers. Asta would feel them, like he could activate and on and off. Then from the grimoire, a sword would appear now. Asta grabs it and runs toward the mage and slash in the air. All the chains would just disappear and gets destroyed. Then he takes the flat of the blade and dunks the mage in the head as he gets knocked out. Asta puts the sword back in his grimoire. And then he tells the devil to, okay, since you all have some power, your powers kinda, I'll let you go back to your grimoire now. He said, I can't have two people talking in my head all the time. The automatic devil understands, like, of course. Besides, you probably need a grimoire to get the American Knights. He'd be like, yeah, I know. I probably do. There were now, Juno was asked to grab Juno's grimoire and give it back to him. It's like, really, you gotta be more careful, Juno. Juno be like, so, how long were you watching? I was like, since I went out, I was standing in the shadows. Juno be like, okay, okay. As they were walking back to the village now, they were having a giant feast for, as they would see, like, that Asta got a grimoire now. And in this what if, his 5-leaf clover will look different. I will tell you that it will be black with a red. Hold on. And I've shown a picture in a few older what ifs about how his grimoire looks, but I will show it again. It will look like this. So this is how his grimoire will kinda look. As to all see his grimoire now, they think like it's kinda odd looking, but they feel like maybe it's because his abilities or maybe something. They just think it like that. Then we was talking to everyone. They have a pot potato feast. Asta would kind of be tired about all these pot potatoes, but would kind of like still like, how well, it's at least it's something at least to eat. Quenya would agree. And then when there's about this last day when they were to leave, Asta had a surprise for him. As he would appear in his frog form, kinda appear, like sneak up behind him, like ninja. No, he would say like, bye then, he says, behind him. Like what? As they were looking back, then Asta uses ninja powers kinda to appear next to you. He's like, bye, and they'll look like root beer, and then to see Asta transforming back now. They'll be like, hey. Asta like smiles up, bye, see ya. And Juno kinda way back too. They're walking away. As Juno and Asta was talking, Juno asks, so, really, Asta, that power of yours, it's really cool, kinda impressive. I said, well, at least look at my grimoire. As them see the 5-leaf clovers, like, I got a one more leaf than you. Guess I'm pretty much stronger than you then. Gurnina would see it and kind of laugh in soul, like, kind of like, huh, he reminds me exactly of Ash. He'd kind of say. As the anthematic demon was sensed, kind of like, there is kind of not sad, but he was thinking about something. Then was think like, oh, he must be somewhere where he comes from. Asta didn't notice this at all because, well, he didn't pay attention to that. Or otherwise he would know sense this and all that. Sorry about that. My voice got too wet in the mouth, kinda, and rusty. As now they would get to the capital. Some days later, they would get to the capital and let as Asta was now in his normal form and everything. They were standing in the line, and Asta would be like the same length since he was 11. As I said, he would grow a little bit taller since, yeah, he was speeded. As Greninja would be at, hold on, let me check how tall Greninja is. As, yeah, I checked his height and it's just 1/5, like 4'11", so it's kinda the same height as Asta is. I think Asta is like 4'11" or something. Let's see that he is. No, he would still be like 5'4". He'll be like 3 inches shorter than Juno. As Greninja would be taller than this. Because, yeah, he's kind of short in the anime. I just want to make him taller. And that's it. Then, as they said, they would register grimoires now. As the grimoire register guy would see like Juno's fourth clover, be amazed by this. Then see Asta's grimoire, and like, I don't know if that's a grimoire since he had never heard of Fire Leaf. Then Asta like, can you at least try to scan it? And it does, and it works. He'll be like surprised by this a little bit. Then Asta and Juno was walking to the place where there were birds and all that. As the birds didn't go near Asta because they could sense his souls, like different souls, as they can just confuse them and everything. As for Juno, they didn't go near him at all, but Asta now could sense Nero there. I'm like, as all the three like souls in him looked like, going like this bird is interesting. Then Asta and the AMD like AMD would have said like in like sync or like seems like it's a human soul trapped in a antimatic bird, huh? Instead of say like seems like something a soul in it. That's not or for the proper bird. I was like, Then it tells like walks like what tells the bird like you can sit here on my head if you want. As the bird sits down on his head now. As they would just sense the three souls in Asta. As the like it realizes that he could sense that. It's like tells the cat that no he will tell the antimatic bird that I'll tell I can't tell you why, but it's something with me. Yes, I'm very special. As you can probably sense this, human. I'll ask about your name later, Nero. He was kinda say Nero, but it was kinda nod like yes, call me Nero. Then they were hold on. And now the Astos walk around. He bump into Yami, apologize for it, and Yami as he apologized like so much, like kinda like a real polite. Because Ukrainian would sense like, yeah, you don't want to get grabbed by him because he can track key or something. As Yam would sense that this kid's key was off, or something was wrong with him. No, he was like, wait, you. He was like, think like, Yam would think like, mate, he doesn't sense any money. He thinks like that's maybe the way he doesn't have any key. Well, his key is off. He thinks it like that. So he just kind of nods and like kind of walks away now. Osprey kind of sigh in like, his head. I'm like grinning, and the AMD like, yeah, you're nearly killed there. Osprey like, hey, shut it already. Is yell at AMD like, shut it already. Then AMD like, what about the other guy? What about him? As he like points at, no, what about Greninja? Osprey like, well, at least he's the one that holds the most of my power, so I can't really tell him to shut up or he won't lend me his power anymore. He was kind of say. Gurnina would kind of Gurnina would have like since like attitude, some personalities from Austin, and kind of smirk at the AMD. Now the AMD was kind of realized that he was true. I'm like, yeah, I guess you're right. If you're wondering what the sound you hear now, I'm taking on a sweater because it's kind of getting cold now in my room because the element still doesn't work completely. But yeah, as now the captains walk in and the entry exam would begin. As the broom test, as the doesn't do it at all. Well, then he was talking to Greninjas like, you don't happen to have a power that makes you fly, right? Greninjas was like, nah. They said, well, you could use that technique. I was like, nah, I don't want to use it yet. We'll save it for later. Then it was, I explain it now. How should I explain it? Yes, now they was asked when to fly at the flying broom test as the captains want what can they fly? As he want to be able to fly like, for now, he'll unlock the kind of flying thing later. And yeah, I'm just telling you now, he won't get that flying he need to unlock the full Ash Greninja before he can fly. Yeah, well, he will only be able to fly in his full Ash Greninja form, or his anthematic Ash Greninja form, too. Then does nothing there. And then for the creation part, he just creates like us Greninja. Like, wait, can I use like the water thing without using like those moves? He said, like, yeah. I was like, okay. Then concentrates himself. He creates a water bubble around his grimoire. And there's no one to see that his grimoire is there. Then he just pulls out the sword. No, he doesn't do it. It's the creation part. Then he just creates like a water ball around. Like, he doesn't do anything too fancy. Really, he just creates a water ball. Then the Cavs wonder what, so he can use Submatic, but then maybe they think like maybe he doesn't have no self think like huh. So he's just like Null who can't control his magic. Maybe. Yeah, in the sense that it's not magic he uses something else. I see like the water was a little bit more dark bluish. Instead we see like the key is something else too. Then we realize that it's not that he doesn't have any mana, there's something else about him too. Then I just wouldn't know what it is. He just decided to ask him later on if you go and could sense that too, that he doesn't have any magic. As for Licht and Patri, well, Patri was talked to Vanus and he said like, that kid, he seems to have like two souls in him as well, except for his own. Vanus was like, interesting, said Dennis said, yes, and it seems like he's some sort of reincarnation, might be. As I said, we should probably try to get him on our squad later. Well, it depends on the test, how they goes. I mean, we can't risk to dirten up the Golden Dawn's reputation, right? I see, Vanus like, of course not. Then, it was, after the creation part, it's the target practice. Then Asta opens screw more, as the captains will see this too. Then we'll see him pulling out the sword, and they want to wait, it's black and it doesn't add anything to do with this creation thing he did. They wonder what this to do to the sword. Then Gurna said, you're not gonna, then Gurna was like, what are you gonna do now? The AMD just kind of said, ha, you're impressive with your thinking, huh? I was like, yeah, I wanted that, realized that they probably be a combat proportion in this, so I don't want to use my sword here. I want to use my other powers completely and show them what I can do. Go fall out there. Then he throws like the sword and hits the bullseye. And then just creates some water shurikens too, and throws at the rest of the targets so it hits the bullseye. The captains will see that like impressed, they will see this and be impressed by it really. Then we get like the flower seed growing test. I still wouldn't be able to do anything really. I still want to. The captain realized that maybe he doesn't have complete control of his stuff of his magic yet. But then we realized to think like he doesn't have any magic, but yet he can be able to do this. And they decide to like ask him when the selection comes. Then it's time for the common portion. And since Asta did so poorly, no, a noble would actually challenge Asta. Not a lightning mage actually. Well, actually it will be. No, it will be a grass plant mage. I was like, you, I challenge you. I was like, oh, thanks you, sir, he would kinda say. And his noble was like, wow, at least you got respect for the nobility. I was like, yeah, and it said, and yeah, if I win, you gotta respect the commerce too. I said, noble, like, oh yeah, sure, like I will lose. I was like, oh yeah, yes, I won't hold back. No back. Oh yeah, I was about to tell you that shouldn't hold back to me. I was like, yeah, you're gonna regret that you asked for that. As now he Captus would the Captus would hear like, you're gonna regret that you said that. As he would say that louder. As Captus would hear this, Yuno was like, oh god, here it comes. Well, here's then I said, here it comes. Captors now see the water like a bubble kind of surrounding Asta now. As they would start to not seeing Asta anymore, he would transform to his Greninja form, and the water was dispersed now around him. And it's like, I said, now you're gonna regret this, as I said. The noble would take him back and said, what is this? Then he said, this is my abilities. I was able to do this. He said, this is what my magic ability I have. Then he says, now kind of holds his hand like Greninja stand. As, and then he says, double team. As now multiple clones of himself would appear up in the air too. Captains would all see this, like, what the? And let's say that Whiskin looks out of his window and sees this kind of weird frog thing. So he decides to hurry up and goes to the medic entrance exam and sits down next to the captains, like, huh, so this is a match, huh? Like, yeah, as they were surprised that Whiskin would be there. Then asked, so why are you here? Said, oh yeah, I saw those weird things out of my window when I was working. Like, oh yeah, that's the kid that's doing it. I still see, like, they point at the frog there. They're like, oh, frog, wait, that's not a kid. It's like, yeah, he transformed into this. They're like, oh, he'll be like, wow, okay. Then Ostwest said, like, you're finished. Then it said, Water Shuriken. No, it said, Aerial Ace. As he kind of jumps up in the air, his like foots and arms would start to glow white, kind of whitish blue. As he now hits like the noble, all his plant medic and everything, and the noble too, as he now gets knocked out with all those kicks. And then he lands down, as the noble said, I give up. As the like, huh, okay. Then the double team would just disappear now, and his was de-transform, and walks like down us like with nothing. And the other side, the winner is Asta. As he was a bit curious about it, it's like, wait. Then he was look at Yami. It's like, Yami, do you send something off with him? Said, yeah. So he said, like, well, he doesn't use magic in this, really. Something else. I don't know what. Now it comes for the selection. As for Yuno, he gets still selected by all the squads. As for Asta's turn, oh yeah, and Yuno still joins the Golden Dawn. As for now, it's Asta's turn. He will walk up to the captains. As they no, then we'll select some. They would before they raise those before we raise our hands. If you want you, what is it that you use? And it's because it's not magic. As like I don't know what it is. I was born with it. I was born being able to create this. Though I unlocked this when I was 6, about the same time as you people, everyone unlocks their magic, I unlocked this thing instead. I don't know what it is. Then apparently I got a grimoire with a black sword in it. As the black, okay. Then the people that will raise their hands would actually be Nocel, it would be Figolian, Real, actually Jack the Ripper and Yami. As now he would ask Black kind of quick talk with the Greninja and the AMD. As they was like, think about it. As the captain's like, we're waiting. Master would do quick thing and select will join the Black Bolts, he said quickly. As the captain wondered why, said, well, it's just a gut feeling. It's something just feels right about Yami. Yami could sense that he was not lying about the gut feeling, but there was something else too. That he said that wasn't true, but not lying or anything. So yeah. Now we switch back to where they get no. As now the day is over, they was kind of discussing the captains will have a quick meeting about Asta. No, they won't actually. Asta meets up with Yami, and then when they get to the base, Yami tells the goal. No, he tells Finral and Gordon to walk on. As he pulls Asta to the side, he's like, "Hey, Asta, I want to talk to you before a while." for a bit and asks himself as this tell Finland to Gordon just walk back to the base already. They just do it. Then he pulls Asta to the side. Asta wonders what is it now? Gordon kinda swollen like, oh, we are exposed now, he kinda says. Then I was like, so what's up with your key? Asta like, wait, my key. Then I said, wait, do you know about, yeah, I was like, wait, do you know about key too? He said, yeah, I have some, I just call it key, I can just sense you without, since I don't have any magic, I can sense people. Well, I can sense your magic too somehow, I don't know why. But I can sense your key too. And Yam then tries to, like, okay. And also sits down. Kinda shuts off all his thoughts. Yam closes his mana and sneaks around him without making a noise. Asta would then just point exactly where he was. Yam like surprised. Asta like, yeah, I can hear your breath and everything. I didn't know that it was called key. I call it key because it sounded like kind of something it would be called. Yam like, wow, so you're self-taught in key? Asta like, yeah, I guess I kinda is that. Then he said, so what's off? Then Yam said, that doesn't explain what's off with your key that you have. It feels different. Must be like, might be my powers. He would say, quick excuse. Yam like, he sensed that there was something that Asta didn't tell him, but for that might be something that he really can't tell him because he might even not even know that either. Well, he wasn't sure about it either. Yeah, Asta was like, well, it might be my powers that you sense. That's off. Yamada sense that it might. He doesn't lie really. It was a suggestion. All that is think like that might be it. True. Then we're walking back to base now. The door was explode, kind of break down. As Asta walking there, a fireball comes towards him. Grenin, AMD and Grenade was be calmed down. Asta would see this for a mile away. Then just creates like a whole creates a water shuriken in his hand a little bit and just cuts the fireball in half. And makes the water doesn't evaporate at all. He keeps it at the shuriken. Then he looks at Yami. Yami tells like, yeah, well, if you can catch those two and pin them to the wall, I'll let you use your that ability now. He also like, oh, really a challenge? Then said, well, I guess I should be doing it outside from here so it's better accuracy. Yami's like, oh well, as Asuna throws them, Asuna pins down Luck and Magna to the wall. He was pinned down Magna and Luck to the wall now. Yami said, quit breaking stuff. Then Grenina was told Ostlak said, well, what does he have to say when he's the one breaking everything? Ostlak told him to just shut it already, he might be mad at us. Now, for we saying that, Grenina realized this like, yeah, he might be, might not. Then Magnus told Ostiam about so we got any new recruits that needs to be put in place. Austin now releases the water shurikens as they will fall down to the ground. It was just 1 meter, so they would kind of feel a little bit of paralyzing in the legs. So, as they were able to walk off directly after that. It was like, well, we got a new recruit, but you won't be able to take him down. And he was like, what? Then Ospest appeared behind him as well. Ospest created a double, like use double. What is now? Yeah, double team and creates a double behind Magna and knocks on his shoulder. Magna looks back and sees Asta. Then the double team clone walks up to Asta. He will see two of them. He will look, am I dreaming? Asta like, no. I said, as the other was like, no, if you're dreaming, we're all dreaming too. We see this exact same, it's two of them, right? Asta like, yes, it is. Then the fake one disappears. And this is where I will be ending this what if off. And I know this is, wait, hold on. It's almost an hour long. Yeah, it's kind of usual length from a video, so yeah, this will be ending this what if off. I hope you guys enjoyed this what if. If you did, please consider subscribing. It's free and you can always change your mind. Oh yeah, and a huge shout out to you, Insane Monster 199. You're like the best YouTuber ever. I'm currently working on that recommendation you gave me, that you wanted me to do a what if about. I'm currently working on that, designing the thumbnail, that's kind of plotting the story how it will go. And that's all for me now. And I just want to tell you guys now, stay safe, peace out.